NBA Finals, Golden State at Boston. Steph is far side, hits a three. He comes straight to me because his dad was behind me and just embraces him because it was over.
Yeah.
And I think he was crying even.
Yeah.
So he was crying, he embraced his dad, and all that happened right in my lens. He just came right at me, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
This is where we celebrate the unsung heroes, the champions behind the screens who make the magic happen. Every other week, we kick back, grab a beer, and sit down with some of the most distinguished professionals in the industry, giving you a new appreciation for the media you enjoy. This is the Behind the Broadcast Podcast. What is up, BTB crew and broadcast enthusiasts? Welcome to the Behind the Broadcast Podcast. My name is Parker, and I'm a broadcast professional as well as the founder and owner of Behind the Broadcast. Now, when I created this platform, I always had this idea of sharing the behind the scenes, but now we're diving a little bit deeper. We are telling the stories. We are sharing the tips and tricks from the professionals. I've got an amazing guest here, but before we get into it and I introduce him, I've got to thank our sponsors because without our sponsors, this doesn't happen. So first, we want to thank the studio that we're in right now. We are in Grateful Eight Studios here in Dallas, Texas, provided by Cinema Story. So guys, thank you for your hospitality. Second, we want to thank Ross Video. We want to thank Ross Video for becoming the primary sponsor for Season 2. Ross has been a consistent supporter of BTB since the beginning days, so it's great to now have their support on the podcast. Ross Video, let's make it real, the most trusted name in live production. Now, I used to have a beer sponsor, but unfortunately they've moved on to become the beer sponsor for the Cincinnati Bengals. So good for them. But if you're a drink company out there or a beer company and you think you'd want your beer a part of our show, we'd love to have you. Today's guest is a true OG, a trailblazer in our industry. With 34 years of experience, he's worked some of the biggest events out there, the NBA Finals, the US Open, WNBA Finals, and countless college championships. He's a 3-time Emmy winner and someone I was immediately drawn to when I first started in the business. I still can't believe I got him in the studio with us today, Mr. Burt Richardson.
How you doing, man?
Dude,
It's been a long time.
Man, so thanks for being on the show, man. Because
No worries.
there was a time for sure where like all last year I was like, Burt, I really want to get you because I really wanted you on Season 1, but you're a very busy man.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
So Burt, like, just kind of tell me a little bit about what you've been up to lately, maybe what we were doing last night, and how this whole thing happened.
Well, lately I've been doing NBA, NFL, and I have a college football career as well. So it's been a lot of haven't been home much.
Yeah. So guys, just to put that in perspective, when you're doing that many shows a week, it's NBA on Wednesday nights,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that means you're traveling on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Do you set up on Tuesdays usually, or just
No.
They're set shoot
All
strikes?
of them don't have. Yeah. Some
Okay.
of them have sets, but not all of them.
Yeah. Okay. So travel Tuesday, work Wednesday, travel Thursday, and then you go to your football package on Friday.
Yep.
And then you work your football package on
Saturday.
travel home Sunday.
Unless I have NFL, then I travel to NFL on Sunday, work Monday, and then I don't go home because then I have NBA.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. This man is a grinder. I can't believe we found some free time. It really only happened because we were working a Mavericks game last night.
Yes.
And Burt's college football show is doing a show in
Oklahoma.
And so it's just an easy drive from Dallas to Oklahoma.
Yep.
So he didn't have to catch a flight today. He wasn't on some time schedule. So I was like, Burt, today is the day.
And it worked out.
So
Can I say something first?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like you said earlier, you met me years ago, but I'm just proud of you.
Oh, thank you, man.
No, really, all you've done, all your success and all your achievements. Because I remember our first meeting, and I remember, the wide eyes you had.
Oh, yeah.
But just to see, what's become, it's amazing.
No.
So hats off.
Thank you, man. So I actually remember our meeting very clearly because The first time I met you was the first time I ever worked a national broadcast. Mm-hmm. And it was in California. It was the Dallas Cowboys spring training camp.
Yep.
And it was my first time ever coming on site. I was so green, Burt, that I didn't know what a set day was. And I showed up missing half the set day because like I was getting into town and then I get a call. They're like, it was Paula Orange.
Yes.
Paula's like, hey, are you coming into work today? And I'm like, I thought the training camp is tomorrow. And she's like, it is tomorrow, but we set up today. And I'm like, oh, God. I was living in the valley in San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles, and I immediately drove up to Oxnard.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't know that story. That's my first experience working a broadcast, and I missed my first half day, and I thought I blew it. I thought I blew my career that day. But I remember you wearing this blue cutoff hoodie, I think, with the
star,
with
right?
The star on it.
The big star.
Yep. And you were like a celebrity, man. Like all the camera operators, everybody was talking to you because maybe just because you're such a, you're the man. Number one, number two, you're a Cowboy fan.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a great introduction. But now look at you, man. Like, I've done what I've done, and now you're one of the top camera operators in the country when it comes to handheld. And so kind of just bring me back to how you got to where you are today.
I think, man, really, like I said, I've been in the business for 34 years, but my sports career started I've been doing maybe sports for probably 30 of those. Because I started with PBS.
Oh, really?
I started with PBS.
Oh, wow. Yeah, talk a little bit about that. So where was that at?
That was actually back home in Durham, North Carolina. We have a PBS station there. And we had an internship as I was a sophomore in college. And the professor said, this is the first time ever that it's happening. They're opening it up to HBCUs. So I went and I gained so much knowledge. I was directing, I was producing, I was doing lighting, I was doing audio, graphics. Everything I wanted to learn, they taught me. And then I became a videographer while I was there, and that helped me with my storytelling. And that's the important part, I think, of a handheld operator. Not just with documentaries, things like that, but even with sports. You're telling stories.
Yeah.
So my experience there as a videographer helped me, and an editor also, helped me to know what to look for, how to compose, and how to think, the next shot, the next thing.
Sure. Yeah, because like you said, you're telling a story through the lens. That's really interesting. So you got a lot of experience at PBS.
Yep.
So then how did you transfer into sports?
It was, I always wanted to do television. And I wanted to be, initially I wanted to be a sports analyst, a sports broadcaster.
Of course, that's how a lot of us start out.
I wanted to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. But anyways, I played sports, all the way through high school. And I said, how can I stay connected with this? And I said, television. So while I was at PBS, I also worked for a Fox affiliate.
Okay.
And I started shooting high school sports, started shooting Carolina, Duke, State, doing the B-roll.
Right.
It wasn't the actual game, but still I was there doing the B-roll.
Oh, interesting.
And the sports director there, he was like, you might want to pursue this because you have a good eye. I wasn't the level I am now.
Sure.
Things were a little shaky, but, he recommended that I pursue this as a career. And then I got connected with a friend of mine at PBS who was working for, ESPN and Fox and different entities. And he passed along my name to, a person, and they gave me a shot. And I remember the first time I started as utility.
Yeah.
It wasn't straight camera work.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm really glad you said that because naturally, if you think you're going to come into television and become a camera operator right off the bat, you got another thing coming to you.
Right.
So you started as utility.
I started as utility. I did that for a good 5 years.
God, I'm so glad you said that. Like, people think, oh yeah, I'll start out as a utility and I'll do it for a year, I'll do it for 2 years, and they're ready to go to become that camera guy or whoever. And I'm so glad you said like 5 years. That's really what it takes. I think I'm still a utility in many ways, and I've worked in the industry for 10 years.
Right.
You know, it's a process that, you know, right place, right time kind of thing that happens. And some people's time schedule, you know, or moments happen differently than others. But I'm really glad you said that, because it takes time to get to where you are.
It does. And like I said, I started there and I didn't devalue a utilities position. And because I knew where I was trying to get to. And I said, if I devalue this and not show its importance, like when I'm gripping for that camera guy and, you know, looking off, staring in space or watching the game and not really paying attention to my assignment, if others who are watching know where I'm trying to get to, they'll see that and say, oh, well, you know, we're not going to give this guy a promotion, or we're not going to bring him up because he's not valuing where he is right now.
Sure.
So I didn't despise where I was,
and
I worked every day. I was one of the best in North Carolina as a utility.
Wow.
And I worked for, you know, Tim 2, I worked for Faircloth, I worked for Earnhardt. All those people I was cabling for.
Yeah.
And Joe Vanderford and Jim Vanderford. And I remember one event, I think it was the men's ACC basketball tournament. Joe came up to me. I was doing camera, and I was like, you know, I was just thanking everybody for, you know, their input that they had.
Sure.
And I said, thank you guys for taking me under your wings and teaching me. And then Joe Vanderford, he said, now you're the teacher.
Oh.
He said, you're teaching others now. He said, you're even teaching us some
wax
things.
On, wax off. You're the sensei.
He was like, you're
Mr.
even
Miyagi.
teaching us, you know?
The Karate Kid right here. That's awesome.
But it's like, you know, when you know where you're trying to get to, you need to surround yourself with people like that.
Sure.
Like, I mean, if, say I wanted to do farming, I wouldn't be, you know, going to a truck school.
Yeah.
I mean,
you want to be around business people.
You got to be like-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
Surround your people with that, and people with positive energy.
Totally.
You know, because, I mean, coming up, you know, it was a little tricky at times, you know, coming up and not given the opportunities that I knew I deserved and I knew I was qualified for.
Sure.
But I still persevered.
Yeah.
I use that as, you know, motivation.
Right.
Not as a deterrence.
No, that's a great point right there. So you're working a lot locally in Raleigh, and you know, you're finally getting on camera. You're getting that camera experience. What was it that was there a point where you started going on the road, and directors asking you, "Hey, you're impressive. You know, would you like to travel?" and things like that? Yeah,
I would say. Well, you know, like, of course, I'm married. I have 3 boys, and they were young when I first started. So I tried to stay home and do more regional stuff. And I started as a hard camera operator.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I started as a hard camera operator, and I hated it. I mean, because as a handheld guy, your creative juices, you want to be down there where I am all the time.
You're so limited.
You know, exactly. You know, just panning left and right, up and down. But again, I didn't despise where I was. I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give my 110%, and I'm gonna do it. And one day I'll get my shot, you know, down there on the field or right next to, you know, under the basket or whatever.
Sure.
And, you know, it happened, I think, once my kids, once they got into high school, that's because I was approached three times by 3 different directors to come and travel.
Oh, wow. So you waited.
I waited.
Because your kids.
Waited because of my
good
kids.
Father. Great.
I waited because of my kids. And the last time, you know, the guy I've been with for years, he came and he's like, we got this going on, you know, want to see if you're interested. That last time I was like, okay, I think it's time.
Yeah.
Sat the family down, talked to the wife, had all the boys there.
Right.
Took them to one of their favorite restaurants. So I was like, this is what's happening. Daddy's going to start traveling.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And it's going to be a lot.
That's a sacrifice that you really made and had to give up in the beginning when you were being asked to travel and go on the road, because I'm sure that the pay difference and the pay cuts working locally compared to going out on the road is quite a bit.
Yeah.
Especially when you have 3 boys and you have to support a family, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
kudos to you that you really made them your priority. And
exactly.
Obviously, I think it's all been working out since.
It has.
That's amazing. So now you have to sit down with the kids, the wife, and now you're on the road. Talk to me, like, how was road life beginning, and and then we'll kind of get into where we are now.
Road life was hard in the beginning. I wasn't used to all the. Because when I hit it, I hit it hard.
I bet.
Because this director was doing a lot of stuff. So, again, like we started talking in the beginning.
Wait, we can name drop, too.
I was going from...
Say names out here. Maybe they're watching right now. Like, hey, he's watching right now. Say my name.
No, my main director is Michael Schwabe.
Schwabe.
That's my guy. We've been together. I started working with him, again, regionally, when he would come to our market on Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
So him and Phil Dean was a producer, and whenever they came in, they would, have me a part of the show. And I think the farthest I went with them was Virginia. But once he got his ABC show, he that's the one who eventually, called and reached out the 4th time, and I said yes. Nothing against the other. I love the other directors.
Yeah.
I do stuff for them now, but it just wasn't the time.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Right.
But yeah, traveling was difficult, and not difficult on the family because I prepared them for it already. It was just for me.
Right.
Just the grind, and I had to start doing things different and taking care of my body and taking care of my mind, and because it was taking a toll.
Yeah. Oh, it's certainly, being on the road certainly takes a toll, and it takes a certain mindset, it takes a certain person, and you, like you said, you really got to take care of yourself, man. Like, just this last 2 years, I make sure that I'm taking vitamins every morning, and I'm stretching and things like that, because these long days, long hours, they'll catch up to you. Shit, look at us last night.
Yeah.
We were at work yesterday at 7:30 in the morning.
Yep.
We worked till 2 in the morning last night. This morning, and now we're here. We are in the podcast studio.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. It's just, for people listening, they're probably like, "That is insane." But for us, it's just another day.
It's another day. Yeah.
You got 4 hours of sleep. You woke up the next morning. You went to go to work. It's just another day.
Another day, man. Yeah.
We're just talking about it now.
I don't think a lot of people take in the part though about taking care of your body and. Actually, working out, going to the gym, and just like you said, taking supplements and vitamins and making sure your mind is right. A lot of people don't grasp that part of it, of what we do.
Yeah,
it's important. Because a handheld camera, they're lighter, of course, now. But when I first started, they were heavy. But now they're lighter and more ergonomically, fit for the body and everything. But you still. It helps with even your steadiness. Yeah. Because if you got like little spaghetti arms, trying to hold the camera steady, it's not going to work.
No, that's for sure. I was going to ask you about it later in the show, but this is a great time to talk about it. How heavy is that camera on your shoulder typically?
35
pounds.
Yeah.
And and you're holding that thing on all game long.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, especially you, Burt. Yeah. You don't put that thing down.
I don't. I don't. It's just like you said. No, I don't put it down. I'm always looking for the next shot. I'm always looking for the next thing, because I'm listening to the talent, what they're saying. I'm listening to the director, what he's saying, and I'm just, he or she, and I'm just, I'm always looking, always searching. trying to help the show.
Right. Yeah. That's why you're elite at your level, because you've got that drive in you that a lot of people don't have. And I'll be honest, I did handheld camera operator under the basket for 3 or 4 years, and it's not easy, like keeping that thing on your shoulder. And this is great. There's nobody better than sitting crisscross applesauce than you. I mean, we'll put a picture in this edit right now.
I'm surprised I'm not doing it right now.
I know. I'm surprised too, because that's like your comfort zone.
It is.
That'd be funny had we sat down on like
all the time, bro.
Yes. That's so funny, because if you see Burt, man, like he's crisscross applesauce and he is in his comfort zone.
I am. Everybody thinks they call me Zen because I'm like this, but they just pop up, man. They just pop up.
It's amazing. I can't even get my legs close to.
I tell you what, true story. My wife and I were out eating once, and like I said, wherever I am, my legs, for some reason, they just come up.
They do.
And we were eating, and this guy was coming behind me and coming towards my wife.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, bless your heart." He didn't think I had any legs. he was going to give my wife money.
Oh, my God.
And she was like, "What?" And then he looked and saw. He was like, "Oh, I didn't think you had any legs, sir." I was like, "Well, we'll still take the money."
Oh man, that's a great story. Yeah, I mean that is, and you were born for a handheld camera underneath the basket, because, again, like I was saying, like when I was under the basket, that was like the hardest thing for me to do, is stay in
your box,
stay in my box, because my legs just wanted to come out.
Victor's the same way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get into Victor in a little bit.
My big fella,
yeah.
That's the same way.
No, we'll definitely get into Victor in a little bit, but man, that's awesome. So let's get back on track here with the story. I love that though. I love that little side bit. So Schwabi's now, he's got you running around doing different shows. What was it like? Always kind of the elite shows, or you kind of grew into your career with Schwabi as he grew his career?
I grew with him.
Yeah,
but his shows have pretty much always been elite.
Yeah,
Thursday night was the show on Thursday Night Football, and that was elite. And like I said, I was a fill-in then, but then he got his ABC show. So yeah, that's when Espen had Big Ten. So we were doing all the big games, all the Big Ten games. ACC, not so much. We were primarily Big Ten, Pac-12.
Yeah.
So we were doing, we were traveling a lot, but doing pretty much, we were the number 3 show.
Right.
Out of Espen.
Right.
So we were the G crew.
Gotcha.
And then he, of course, got his promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we're doing finals.
Yeah, now you're doing the finals, and we'll get all into that. And Schwabi's also taking you to the U.S. Open of tennis.
U.S. Open tennis.
That's right. You and I have spent many days in New York City together.
Yeah.
Beautiful Flushing meadows.
He also took, like I said, he took me to when ESPN's last World Cup.
Oh, really?
It was mostly studio support, but we were going all over with RFs, getting a whole lot of crazy scenes, and we were on the beach in Copacabana, and they had a big fan fest, so we were out shooting all of that.
Nice.
So yeah, he took those who were on his football crew who could go. He took all of us to Brazil for 2014.
Wow. What's interesting is that in TV, especially like in our little circle of our industry, as a camera operator, it seems so important to build a rapport with a director, because a lot of times, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the director, it's up to the director who comes on the show with them typically.
Yeah.
And then you'll see sometimes directors move from, maybe get removed from a show. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of those times, those camera operators, either they don't have a place to go, or they'll go with that director.
Go with the director, yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about just like that, and like that relationship with Schwabi, and like.
Wow, it's our relationship is deeper than director, camera person, or whatever. We're actually real tight, real friends. We talk every week. We talk before the show. We talk after the show. I mean, he'll come to me and ask me my opinions, or I'll call him and say, I think we should have done that.
Yeah.
Or this, or this went great.
Right.
Like last night, we talked after the show, and there were some, technical issues going on, but I said, man, you did great. And he said, you did too. So,
Yeah.
But we're so tight, and like you said, it's good to have a deeper relationship than just, you're my director, and I'm, one of your camera operators.
Right.
And a lot of directors that I work with and that, allow me to be in their circle of shows, it's like that. Where it's not just surface.
Yeah. And so guys, if you're listening right now, like really take that in the thought is that, you could be the best camera woman, man, whatever. And even though you're a great operator, you have to have those relationships with your crew, with your director, with your producer, because those are what are going to take you to, to a career that, that has some longevity to it.
Exactly.
And we don't need to get into all the politics and things like that, but we saw that quite a bit just in the last 2 years with a lot of stuff. All the changes going on. So.
Yep. And it's funny.
That's proof right there.
It's funny because, like, when Schwabe got his promotion, again, like I said, we were the football G crew.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff Evers became the G crew director. That's one of the guys who was trying to get me earlier. But when I decided, to stay with the family, so now he pulled me over to his show.
Yeah.
He kept most of the people that were on the G crew with Schwabe. He had his own people as well.
Sure.
But he was like, now I got you.
Now I got you. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, they know, man, like those directors and those producers, they know their show is only as good as their camera operators.
Yep.
Right? So they want the best down there, and Burt, you're one of the best.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All right, so man, so that like takes us pretty much to your current
To where we are now.
Yeah, to where we are now. I mean, you're doing NBA finals. How many finals have you done now?
Let's see. This year will be 6.
6.
Yeah.
Wow.
6. Because I did one without Schwabe.
Okay.
And then he got his promotion, and then I've done the rest with him.
Okay.
The playoffs grind is like none other.
Oh yeah, speak on that a little bit, because you're right. You guys are flying from city to city every day. It's insane.
We started. I mean, once the playoffs start, which is April, I'm not home until June.
Wow.
Until the end of June.
Wow, that's commitment.
And then June, we go from there. We go straight to the draft.
Yeah.
Then we have a little window, and then it's summer league.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it used to be after summer league was U.S. Open, but
right.
I took last year off.
Right. I remember. You weren't there this year.
Yeah, I took last year off, and but yeah, it's a crazy grind that you really, really, really have to. Like I said, my big fella Vic I love having him with me because we have a deep relationship as well.
Yeah.
But he and I, when you have a crew, like you said, the director puts this crew together, but usually they see the big picture and they see how all these different attitudes, these different people can come together and produce an amazing product. So when they're choosing their crew or their people, they know who's not going to vibe well with others. So they strategically put people in different positions. Like, yeah, this is a good fit.
Yeah, it's like building a team.
Like building a team.
You guys are a team. You're a team. You're a family.
Yeah.
The best championship teams always have that family camaraderie and things like that. And that's what the directors are trying to build. Well, Burt, amazing stories, man. But now I really want to talk to you about this topic because I know it's very important to you. It's very important to the industry and to just the broadcast in general. So ESPN had their first ever all African American broadcast recently.
Yeah.
And you were a part of that.
In Atlanta, yeah.
In Atlanta. Tell me a little bit about that and what it meant to you to be a part of something like that.
I remember getting the call from the director, Adam Bryant. And he says, this is a first, but this is what we're doing in Atlanta, NBA, all African Americans, men and women who have been in the business for years and who've paved the way for others, who've helped others grow, who's brought other people in. But when I got the call, I kind of set me back, and I remember again, I talked to the wife and I've told her about it, and then she told the entire family, her family, my family. But I mean, it just made me feel appreciated. It made me see that others took notice of what we all, not just me, but what all of us who were there had done in the industry and for the industry, not just for ESPN, but, for other entities that we work with, because all of it's not just ESPN, but it just made me see the respect, and because, like I said, when a lot of us who were there when we first started, the opportunities were few and far between. So even though we were well qualified, but the doors just wasn't open, and it was a struggle. But I think a lot of us, again, just rallied around each other, kept lifting one another up, not allowing closed doors to be a distraction for where we know we were trying to get to. But that event, man, it was a special night. Just seeing all of us who have been in the game for years and all the contributions we made, whether it's, behind the camera, front of the camera, and everybody, the excitement that night, even the night before, we met with the talent, Mark Jones, and everybody, and the excitement about that entire night of all of us just being together and being recognized was just amazing. I was getting goosebumps because everybody was so excited about it.
Yeah.
And then we also had Clark Atlanta at the HBCU. Their students came.
Oh, cool.
The day of the show, so they got to talk to those who if they wanted to be a handheld guy, they talked to me and Vic, or they want to do other cameras, they would talk. They just went around and talked to everybody, and just to see them, and to be able to impart into them our journey, things we've done, things we've seen, what to do, what not to do, all of that. It was just great.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself as like a role model, or do you see yourself as like a representative for African Americans or people of color in the industry? Oh,
most definitely. I mean, I went to HBCU. My wife and I, and one of our sons went to NC Central in Durham, and I don't teach, but I go back and speak to the communication program there, and just speak to the kids. And I've went and taught at as a classmate of mine who's a teacher. Their high school has a media thing. I went and talked to them. But yeah, I'm always speaking to those who want to do this, especially, when I see someone same color as me,
sure,
who wants to get into this business. Yeah, I take it to heart. I have two students at Central right now that I'm mentoring, and they call me, every week. They're working in the student production there at Central, and I call them my youngins, even within the industry now, that are doing things and that I've met, and that we, shared information, and we still stay in contact, and I'm watching them grow as well, just like I watched you grow.
Sure.
I'm watching them grow, and it just makes me very proud, what I mean, to see that.
Yeah, no, and there's a really great core group of African Americans that that have grown just as long as I've been in the industry, and I've seen there's a continuing more amount as well. So it's more opportunities. I think the opportunities are endless now, and you guys have really helped break those barriers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, you talked a little bit about Vic earlier, but I want to bring it back.
Sure.
Vic is your brother across the court.
Yes.
I'm very lucky to be able to spend my NFL pack or my NFL studio package with him every week.
Yes.
For Monday Night Football. Tell me a little bit about what Vic means to you, and how has he helped you through your career?
Oh my God, man! That's big fella. That's what I call him, big fella. But Victor and I met. Let's see, when did we meet? Oh, our first meeting was at that World Cup thing in 2014. That was the first time we actually met. We heard about each other, but we met then, and that was the groundwork and the foundation of a friendship. I can't even put words to describe it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so special to me, and likewise, he would tell you the same. And when we are together working, we just flow off of one another. I know it's like we know what the next one's gonna do, and it's just amazing. When he's not across from me,
yeah.
I mean, of course, I still do my work, but it's different.
Yeah.
But when I know he's across from me, I mean, when basketball or football, when he's far side and I'm near side, it's just it's different, and we have such a unique work relationship that goes beyond work.
Right.
I mean, our families are tight. Everything.
Yeah.
When our parents passed, we were there for each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, we talk every week. We'll talk. We'll bounce stuff off one another. And he's been a great asset for me.
And he was in the industry much earlier than you, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. He was, yeah.
What were some of the things do you remember what Vic was telling you that's helped your career in the early days?
I think earlier I think it's don't sweat the small stuff. Like everybody's gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
The show's not gonna be perfect. You don't got to stay there. There's one director told me, and I shared this with Vic a few weeks ago, and he just laughed. One director told me, he was like, "Shit happens. You don't have to stay there to smell it.
Oh,
move on. Just move on.
Yeah.
You don't got to stay there and walk it in. Move on.
Dude.
Let's go to the next thing." But Vic, I think the things he's done in his career, like you said, he was doing it long before me. And he shared just different tricks, different techniques, different things, and some of his physical application, and some of his mental as well. He'll drop some. I call it the Vicism. He'll drop this one line,
dude,
and I'm like,
I've got the best Vicism. He didn't tell it to me, but it's something that's always stuck to me. He told it to Tony Avila, and he goes, "Stay in your lane, just stay in your lane." And it I always kind of understood that, but it wasn't until Vic really made it a point, just stay in your lane, do what you do, and everything else will take care of itself.
That's true, yeah.
And it's just a very wise man, just so calm, cool, collected.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so lucky to be able to work around him all the time.
And it's like going back to the NBA finals grind or the playoff grind, leading to the finals. I think it's 2 years. No, this may have been last season. He and I were talking, just, again, getting our minds right. And he was like, "You know what, B?" He said, "It's going to be a long grind." He said, things may become frustrating and, we may not disagree with this or that. He's like, "But let's have fun." He said, "Let's have fun." He said, "If we're not having fun, it's time to get out."
Ooh.
Time to get out of business. He said, yes, we reached a level in our career where we're considered, to be one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Sure.
He's like, but let's have fun with this. Because when you take the fun out of it, then it becomes hard.
Yeah, and it becomes work.
It becomes exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's have fun, B. He's like, no matter what, let's have fun and do our job.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you mentioned a little bit earlier about there's some students of yours or people that that you mentor. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what'd you call them. You had a word.
My youngins.
Yeah, your youngins. Let's pretend like your youngins are on the other side of their of these cameras right now. What would you tell other youngins coming in, like a little bit of advice?
Well, like I speak to them, I always tell them, no matter what your job is, no matter what assignment you're given, do that to the 200-degree level, and don't despise that assignment. I know where you're trying to get to. Others know where you're trying to get to, but they have to see you appreciating that moment, where you are at that moment, in order to see, I'll invest in them and give them a shine,
Clip that. There you go. Amazing advice, Burt. You're the man. So just thank you for being here. We've got a couple more questions for you as we continue on this interview, but it's been an absolute pleasure so far. But now we're going to get into more of the technicals of being a handheld camera operator. So what is it do you think that makes a great handheld camera operator?
To me, I think just like if whatever sport you're doing, you need to know that sport. Like I said, I'm from North Carolina. When we first got hockey, bro, it was hard for everybody. Except we had two guys who knew hockey, one because they were from Canada.
Sure.
So they knew hockey.
Naturally.
Everybody else, it was a struggle, and the struggle was real, bro. Because I was on either left ice or right ice, and it got to a point where I was like, nah. I was like, I'm not ready for this. So I told the director, producer, whatever, I was like, don't call me for this now.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to go and study it. So I know all the jargons. I know all the, terminologies and all the rules. I'm going to study the game. I said, then I'll come back. And that's what happened. I studied it for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay. I said, now I'm ready. And I went back and, not saying it's because of me, but we won the cup. We won the World Cup in 2006. We won the Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think you need to know the sport and know, the rules, everything. And I think you need to study it. I think with the camera, you need to know the camera. You know the ins and outs of the camera. What makes this work? What? Why does this do that? Why you need to know? Of course, composition. That's important.
Especially the handheld operator, because with a hard camera, composition is important, but you're pretty limited on what you frame up in that.
Right.
Handheld, you could have your horizon off. You could, have a 2-shot with someone leaking in the background or whatever. So that is a good tip. Do you have certain settings that you put on your camera every time, so that like for your viewfinder or anything, or you kind of just pick it up and go?
I don't. I don't really deal with the viewfinder that much. I mean, I let my video operator, who's amazing,
doctor.
Yes, good doctor. He takes care of us so much. And I don't have to do much. I just, I may have to do something with my focus diameter,
Yeah.
But I don't do much. But something I do for every sport, I've been doing this for years. Like, again, I study the sport, but I also study players. so I can know their tactics. I study. I watch every game back whenever I'm done. I watch it, see what I did right, see what I could improve on. If I like, we're going to Oklahoma. We had Oklahoma last week, so I watched the game, of course, at Bama. But if I don't know a team, I go and try to find clips and watch. So, I mean, like game day, I mean, I don't know the plays, but if I see something, I'll know, okay, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
Because I've seen it.
Right.
But I study so hard. I watch TV. That's why I go upstairs in my room because my wife is like, oh, not another sporting
More
event.
sports.
But I study hard, bro, and I watch other professionals in the business to see what they're doing. Because I mean, I think growth comes through that. If you watch others who've been doing it longer than you, you can study them and say, oh, that's a cool technique. You know, I may add that to my repertoire.
Right.
But yeah, if I think if you don't study, if you don't, you know,
put in effort.
If you don't look at your camera and know it, or they come out with a new model, you don't know the ins and outs. Like I had to adapt with the way we do arrivals now.
I was going to ask you that. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. So first, let's talk about how you would originally do arrivals, and now we can go into what it's like now, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, originally it was handheld operator, lighting person. You were cabled, you know, and all those three people, all those diameters were a part of this process, what we called player arrivals, and it could go well or it could not go well, depending on who was your assistants or depending on who was holding the light. I remember a couple times, this has happened twice with me and once with Victor. We were doing arrivals. We had our talk with the camera assistant and the lighting tech. And I'm walking backwards and I see the light and person behind the player.
No.
I'm like, that's not where you're supposed to be. I was like, what are you lighting?
What are you doing? What are you doing back there?
What are you lighting? But yeah, like I said, there was 3 people involved, sometimes 4, depending on where we had to walk. And it was hard. It was hard. Yeah. Unless you had, you know, real seasoned people. If you had seasoned people, it was seamless.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite things when I was a utility was doing arrivals with you or Vic or whoever. Because number one, I could be trusted, but number two, there's a little bit of adrenaline going on.
Yeah.
Because you're arm's length from the greatest players in the world. Like,
yes.
You know, actually, talk to me a little bit about that. Because I've seen you have relationships with some of these players. Steph Curry recognizes you.
Yes.
LeBron knows you.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about respecting their space.
It's crazy, like you said, having relationships with the directors and all that. You build relationships with these athletes as well, because some of them you followed from college all the way up to where they are now. Steph being one of them. I follow him from when he was at Davidson all the way to where he is now. He's amazing. He hasn't changed a bit. He's the same Steph. Him and his family are amazing. Donovan Mitchell is another one. I follow him at Louisville. And we're like that. Yeah. I mean, if he's doing warm-ups, he'll stop and come and find me and, you know, just to give me a dap and say, what's up? Check on me. I check on him. I remember this was last season. Cleveland was at Boston. And I seen him, you know, pregame. You know, I was at midcourt. I gave him, you know, what's up? Yeah. So they're getting their asses kicked. I mean, Boston is destroying them. And they come out at halftime. I mean, going to the third quarter. Yeah. He looks over. He's like, we got this. I'm like, what? I was like, you see this score? He's like, we got it. I was like, okay. And I mean, they did. They came back and won. And then at the end of the game, he came over to me. He said, "I told you, B." He was like, "I told you." And I also saw him opening night when they lost to New York. You know, and we talked a little bit. And he said, "We're gonna be together. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get together." But just building those relationships is important during arrivals, during the game, even because we have to take them to the benches. We have to bring them in once they get to the arena. Building those relationships is important, and they allow you to do things that others may not be able to do because they know you, they see you, and you know you're not just saying, you know, I'm entitled to do this because we're the rights owners. You know,
yeah, not the way to go about it. No. And I think the big thing that I was hoping you would say is trust.
Yeah.
They trust you. And so because they trust you, they're going to let you be a little bit more in their space.
Yep.
But it takes time, years to build those relationships.
Yeah, I mean, we have, you know, not to keep bringing Vic up, but that's my brother. But we have relationships with players, the referees, coaches, because of, you know, again, trust. And they've seen us so much. They know that we're not in there trying to expose anything or do them any harm. You know what I mean? So they was like, yeah, that's my, you know, what's up? You know what? Their security, everybody, you know, they get to know you, they get to trust you and know that you're there to do your job.
Do your job. Know it, and you're going to do it respectfully.
And you're going to do it respectfully and tastefully. You know, LeBron, every time he knows I'm going to be there as soon as he hits that corner, because he comes early. But he knows as soon as he hits that corner, this little 5'6" guy's going to be right there. And he's cool with it. Because, you know, others, I've seen him, you know, with others not be so cool because
certainly
they haven't built that.
Certainly.
I have a story about Coach K.
Okay.
Coach K, before of course he's retired now, but when I first started, I was doing more regional stuff. No, I was working for Aspen at the time, I think. But anyways, he would come out, and it's a short little walk from his coach's office, and then he would come out and go by the fans, and that would be they always wanted that guy shot from me whenever he came out. So somebody on his staff said, "Hey, Coach, this guy that works for ESPN, his name is Burt, you know he snacks eyes, a little short guy."
Snacks eyes.
so he's like, you know, when you walk out, you know, can you just not be so fast? Just do a nice little pace, nice little stroll. He did it. Every time he saw me.
Nice.
Every time he saw somebody else, he's gone. But every time he saw me, he would just do it. And one time we were at UVA, and their bus had just got there, and I was coming out of the gym because they have closed practices, and I was walking by him. He said, "Hey, Burt, what's up?" And everybody at the truck was like, "Did he just speak to you?" I was like, yeah.
I know him like that. That's awesome.
I mean, again, with the ACC, all those coaches knew us.
Yeah.
You know, Roy, everybody.
Yeah. And that's to like what we're saying in the very beginning of this interview is like that's why probably a lot of these directors, producers, they want guys like you and Vic because you have on top of all your skill set,
right,
you have those relationships with the players, which is just layers on layers on layers of professionalism.
And it's something less they have to worry about too, the directors, because I know he'll be fine because LeBron loves him or LeBron likes him, or you know because when it comes to the rivals and when it comes to us going to the benches for coaches' speeches and all this stuff, or going to the locker rooms, if they have a guy in there that the players or the coaches don't know, it could go okay, but it's not going to be what they really wanted, envisioned. But if they have myself or Victor there, there's like, oh, it's going to be great because they love this guy.
Let's do a different segment called Shoot It or Can It. So you're a camera operator, so if you shoot it, you like it. If you say can it, you know, you don't agree with it, and we can talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
a camera operator is only as good as his or her utility.
Oh yeah. Shoot it.
Shoot it.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, like I said, that when I was a utility, I saw how important it was, and if I didn't do my job, then I'm what I did or did not do has an impact on what the camera operator was able to do. If they can't get, to this corner, if they can't get to this shot, or especially in basketball or even football. I mean, because football we're all up and down the sidelines, but basketball, when it's time to go, if you don't have a good camera assist, you're not gonna go, and you're not gonna get the shot.
I had a real bad in my first time ever doing an ESPN show. I was under the basket, and I had a utility that for sure was so green, and it was, of course, an amazing game. Came down to the last play, and what do we do when that buzzer hits? We get up and go. And I was locked up, and Mike and the utility had to come from the tunnel, right? To come grab the cable, and I was just, and I remember I can't think of the director's name. I'm him very well, I'm sure, but I remember get in there, and I'm like, I can't. So yeah, utilities are crucial to a handheld operator.
You can't step on the cable when we're taking off, because we get this.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yep.
It's very crucial. Very crucial.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Suitcasing a shot is the best way to do arrivals.
I wouldn't say it's the best way, but it is preferred by a lot of us, because when you're suitcasing, I think you could be more steadier because of the positioning, because the way you hold it, and the way you can be more stable and more steady. The shot's more steady. And a lot of directors like the guy shot, but some people want more eye level. And there are ways you can do that too, to make sure that it's solid. It's all about positioning and having your head in the right place, having your shoulder in the right place, so it'll be level.
Yeah.
But it's all about positioning and how comfortable you are with that position. Because if you're not comfortable walking up here, it'll show. It'll be, you'll see everything. But
so that was suitcasing, and you are a master at it. You go on Burt's Instagram, you'll see him suitcasing on every photo. But tell me a little bit about this new way that you guys are doing arrivals.
So the new way, we use pocket threes.
Yeah, a little DJI Osmo.
Little DJI Osmo. I love it. It takes, because it's just you. You have your own light. It's just you and the camera and the subject. You don't have to deal with any cable. You don't got to worry about the lighting guy end up on the wrong side. Because you have your own light, and it's beautiful. We've been doing that way for 2 years now. And Cheese and I both invested in our own, so we have ours.
Okay.
And
yeah,
it's amazing, man. And
the capabilities of those cameras. The shot clarity, number one, and then number two, the gimbal on it, making it so smooth. It's just
it can do Mo. It can do 4 times Mo, 6 times Mo.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. And so what? So then you record it locally.
You record it,
and then you just drop it to EVS.
Take the card. Yep. Take the SD card. They feed it and ingest it, and boom.
Yeah, because those arrival shots are never taken live.
Never.
Yeah. They're always played back.
They're always played back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're always sending it to LA. Now, the only drawback some directors have with the Osmo is that it's not real time. Some of them want it like that because they have to feed it to LA or feed it to
Sports Center or something
Sports
like
Center. Some directors need it like that. That's the only thing that I would say, okay, yeah, I get it. But for what we do for NBA and college football, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it takes all those other people out of it.
Out of the equation, you can just
I think the players like it more.
I was about to say that. I think the players like it just as much too, and maybe the NBA likes it just as much because it's not as intrusive. It's a much smaller system, rigging system and things like that.
And because they're always worried about the cable, always.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what we do, they're worried about the cable and players tripping or whatever. So when they see that, they're like, oh, yeah, you can go any way you want.
Yeah, exactly. Last segment is, I came up with this last night. Couldn't figure out a good name for it, but it's called Set Up. I don't know why. But basically, I'm going to give you a situation in a sporting game, and you're going to tell me how you're set up for the appropriate play.
Okay.
All right? So it's the first quarter, tie game, 2nd and 12 on their own 30-yard line. Where are you?
On their own 30?
Yeah. So not much is going on in the play.
Well, for football, I'm always 10 to 5 yards ahead of the play. If we have, sometimes we'll have 4 handhelds. And if one handheld is 5 to 10 yards ahead, then I'm behind to see the defense rush or maybe he gets sacked or whatever. So, yeah, I'm either behind or 5 or 10 yards ahead.
Gotcha.
Because if I'm shooting straight down the line, I mean, you kind of... It's an okay shot. It's an okay setup shot.
Yeah.
Where the director can cut it quick, but I kind of want to see
the play coming towards you. You want to be in front of the ball. So when that receiver runs that 10-yard out route, hopefully he's running out route right to you, and you're right there for that shot. Yeah.
Either that, or I want to see the defensive pressure coming at me as well. I remember this was when we were doing the Big Ten. It was Ohio State at Wisconsin, and they were buried on the 5. I went behind the end zone, got low as I always do.
Yeah, sure.
I got low, and guy got sacked. It was a sack fumble. Right there. I had everything. I even had Coach Urban Meyer in the corner.
Sick.
It's just
sick.
But again, it's all about composition for one, and just knowing
positioning
and being aware of everything. Yeah.
All right. Next situation or for setup. All right. Steph Curry just hit a buzzer beater 3 to end Game 7 of the finals. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Depends on what side I'm on. If I'm backside, hopefully he's going to turn around and come right at me to his bench. So I'm wide on the backside. See the shot. All the celebration is right there. I don't have to do a thing. I don't just immediately get up as soon as the ball goes in, because that destroys your replay, and that destroys EVS because there's he whipped or he got up. I didn't see that. So yeah, on the backside I'm wide. Near side, I let the shot go, let it fall in, and then I get up because he's 9 times out of 10, unless his family or whatever is on my end, he's gonna run straight to his bench or whatever. Sometimes it works out where his family is right there in front of me or behind me, where I'll let the shot go in, it goes, he'll just come. I remember again, just talking about sitting crisscross applesauce. I was doing that. This was playoffs about maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Austin Reeves.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like this, of course, and he hits a shot far away from me. Hits a 3. He comes running, yelling right directly at me. So I just stand, elevate, just get right up. And he goes and he's celebrating. Everything was it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
It works when your director takes it, and he did. But yeah, I had the shot. He comes to me. All the fans are cheering, and so it depends on where I am in that particular moment. What I would do.
All right, last situation. Last play of a football game. The team has the ball and is down by 4, and they're on the 15-yard line going in. So last play of the game, 15-yard line going to the end zone. Where are you set up?
I am corner. If we have a card, when we do,
Yeah.
So the cart is goal line protect.
Right.
So I'm corner end zone
Okay.
for either
Fade.
pattern or I'm corner.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm catching a theme that you're always kind of in front of that, in front of the action.
Yep.
And then hopefully that ball comes right there.
Right there, man.
And you've got some sick shots, Burt. Let's just end this. We're gonna end this interview. Like, what are maybe one or two of your favorite shots that you have that not only go down in your history of a memory, but maybe go down in sports history?
I think a favorite one was that Wisconsin one, but Urban Meyer with all that happening.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. Fun one was NBA Finals, Golden State at Boston. Again, Steph is far side, hits a three, comes back, does this.
Oh yeah.
But after he does that, he comes straight to me because his dad was behind me. And just embraces him because it was over.
Yeah.
And I think he was crying even.
Yeah.
So he was crying. He embraced his dad, and all that happened right in my lens. He just came right at me. And I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is great." I mean, I have a lot of even post game moments that are memorable, like with Steph and LeBron.
Yeah.
KD.
Did you ever get the Kobe era or no?
I was coming in right after. I did no. I'm take that back. I did work Kobe. I remember the first time. It was San Antonio. They were at San Antonio, Lakers, and everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta be careful. He's be careful around Kobe." Blah blah blah. Like okay, and I was a little nervous at first. So we going into half, and I had to take Kobe off. Walk him down this. It's kind of tight in San Antonio, so I give him his space. I'm suitcasing, taking him, and I take him to the door. He was fine.
Yeah.
No issues. No prima donna. No,
right,
you know what I mean. He was fine.
That's awesome, man.
Another crazy story. I think this is my first NBA game.
Okay.
Very first.
Okay.
San Antonio again with Pop. Pop era. So he's ballistic. Calls a timeout. So I got to get up, take the team over. When I do my arc, he's right there. I mean, he was staring through my soul and staring past me to the other side. I was like, oh my God. And we were going to break. Yeah. So the director stayed with the shot.
So you can move it.
Oh my God. I was like, and his goons, what I call them, security, were coming.
Yeah.
We went to commercial. And Pop was like, you saw my guys coming, right? I was like, yes, sir. I'm so sorry. So we do the game. And we have to go in for interviews. Just when we went inside the locker room and did interviews. So I have to go in and do Tim Duncan. Well, the press conference had just happened. And Pop was coming out, and I'm sitting there, waiting to go into the locker room. And he comes up to me. He said, "Oh, you're the guy that was coming towards me at the end of that when I was upset." I was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry." He's like, "I'm just fucking with you, kid." He was like, "We cool."
No.
And that true, he's been cool ever since. I mean, he doesn't coach anymore.
Yeah.
But every time I would see him, we would shake hands. He'd give me a pat.
That's awesome.
I was like, well, thanks, Pop.
Hey, Burt, man, it was a pleasure. It lived up to all my expectations of these stories, and it was a great opportunity to be able to hear everything about your life, and I hope the people listening enjoyed it just as much as I did.
Thank you, man.
You got any last words you want to say to the listeners or anything like that?
I would say, as it was said to me when I first started, and one of my big brothers, Mr. Bill Evans, who also took me under his wings, he said, don't let the opinions of people determine your outcome and where you're trying to go. Because there was a time when I was about to give up, and I called him. He was like, no, don't do it. He said, all those negative opinions, there's more positive opinions out there.
Sure.
People are watching. People are noticing you. Don't give up.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I love it, Burt. Thank you again, man, for being on the show. We got to thank our sponsors for helping us bring the show to you guys. So thank you, Ross Video. Ross Video, let's make it real. The most trusted name in live production. Thank you, Cinema Story and Grateful 8 Studios, for allowing us in the studio. And guys, thank you for listening. You guys are the main driver behind this platform. Without you, it's not possible. So, if you enjoyed this, interview, watch the next one, because we're going to keep bringing them to you and sharing amazing stories like Burt's here. So we'll see you on the next one.